Hey there! Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thank you for checking me out. So I'm going to talk about some Mandela effects today. I didn't think I'd be talking about them anymore. I keep trying not to talk about them, but I feel a little bit compelled to talk about them. I just feel like, hey, these are some Mandela effects. Also, when I do watch other Mandela Effect videos that I do watch, I feel vindicated. I feel better about things, so it doesn't shake me up. But word of caution, if you have a not great grip on reality, I recommend not watching my video today. Don't watch this one. If you don't feel like you're comfortable with these kind of things, then don't. I feel better when I find out these things. I do. So the first one is to get back to the Mandela Effect. It was by Nelson Mandela. Was, as everybody knows, the Mandela Effect, that everybody remembers him dying in prison and then he was alive. So this is another one like that. So this is Bruce Willis. So Bruce Willis is alive. He was reported, as I recall, to have Alzheimer's, and it didn't bode well for him in the last couple of years. And he passed away, and it was a big fanfare about a year ago. It was on the media, and his daughters came out and spoke about it, and they shared some video clips, and it's very touching. I just checked this morning and I saw an article about him last night, and they were talking about Bruce Willis now having Alzheimer's, where he doesn't remember his acting career. And interestingly enough, I've been watching some videos about Alzheimer's, and now they think they have a vaccine against Alzheimer's. There's a lot of information out there about the new things that they can get rid of Alzheimer's. They think that this is like a plaque on the brain, and they're using sound waves to get rid of it, and they're using all these different modalities. But the interesting thing is, now Bruce Willis is now alive. Hey, maybe he'll get the help he needs with these new modalities that are just coming out, and maybe he won't have Alzheimer's. That'd be great. Maybe he can recover all those memories and be himself again. Talk about die hard, right? Dying harder. This is it. He didn't die. So congratulations on not dying. I think it's very interesting. I looked up the etymology of the name Bruce Willis. Bruce from Robert the Bruce, and doesn't really correlate that much into any deep understanding of it, but I thought it was interesting. The other thing I thought I'd mention is a Mandela effect that happened to me about a week ago, and it's happening to you too. So the Rolling Stones have the logo with the lips, with the tongue, and it was brought to my attention. I saw a video about I saw it, and I bought a shirt with it on it, and I was like, this looks strange, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. I said, this is strange. Something's, if different, it's off. And when we see that something new, that's something different off, I was like, I have to buy this shirt. So I bought the shirt, and I just didn't get it. And I watched a video that came up about the guy who invented that logo, and they talked about it. And I was like, wait a second, that tongue's pointing in a different direction, as I recall. So the Rolling Stones logo, the tongue always pointed towards the right, but now it points to the left. So the Rolling Stones logo, the guy who I watched the video about it, who invented it, kind of got it from the goddess Kali, which is very interesting. That's the goddess of destruction. And recently it's been changed to the goddess of actually not destruction, but I believe it's benevolence, about positive things. So that's interesting. And then you have the Rolling Stones logo that was pointing to the right, which you could think about being the right-handed path and being in the positive aspect, and now being in the negative. Now, it makes me directly think about the mirror world. In the mirror world where everything's opposites. So we have the opposites of mirror, mirror on the wall, which is a Mandela effect, where it's magic mirror on the wall and mirror, mirror on the wall are two separates. But those are mirror images. Those are the mirror worlds. So like in Stranger Things, where we have the upside down world, did we travel to another universe, another parallel reality where this is all mirrored? Kind of seems that way sometimes, right? Interestingly enough, there's a new Superman movie out. In the Superman movie, and I'm not going to give it away, but they do have a instance where they have a parallel reality, and they mention in the movie that they were able, with particle colliders like the ones at CERN in the movie again, that they create a bridge to a parallel reality where they're now putting prisoners in, which I thought was very interesting. I'm not giving away the movie. Anyway, I just saw that and I said, oh, that's kind of interesting. You know, how they always kind of say things in movies that you feel like correlate to something in real life somehow. A lot of times it's just taking one PowerPoint and then they mix it all up. So I wouldn't give it too much credence, but the Kali thing is a very interesting take on it, and how it was pointing to the right again, the right-handed path, and now it points to the left. So look that up for yourself. Hopefully I didn't shatter your world, but I'm trying to, shed some light on some certain things. I feel like these, when we see the names, again, the names that you see change, like John Lennon with two N's, that's one that I kind of discovered. That was a Mandela effect. It still looks very strange to me. So when I see, those two-letter words, when those things, that would be the deepest part of our brain. When I researched it, it seems to be like we touch on those things. In the Mandela effect, those things that we see in our shared reality, when those kind of things change, that's the big thing that everybody looks at and says, oh, that's the way it always was, which is very interesting. But just thought I'd bring that up. So we have you could think of these things as, I think, as a shift. So when we shift our realities, quote unquote upgrades, things like that happen. To me, these are what I call a tie down. So some of the tie downs would be, okay, so now we have this new shared reality, and these are the points that anchor in our shared reality in between each other, through our type of communal mind. So scientists were recently able to, they entranced 3 people with electrodes on their skulls, and they were able to actually have all shared dreams in different parts of the world, just because they were kind of basically vibrating at the same frequency. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments about these kind of things. If you remember the Rolling Stones logo being to the right, let me know. And congratulations to the Willis family on not losing Bruce Willis. He's alive right now, presently, which is very interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, share. Have a great day. Bye-bye.